Hey Gridiron Girls, it's Kimberly. I write about LSU football for gridirongirl.org. I am actually doing my very first Gridiron Girl vlog today in reaction to the LSU Alabama game last night. If I had done the vlog last night, there might have been some cussing and maybe some crying and lots of pumpkin pie eating. I did go buy myself an entire pumpkin pie to get over the loss. No, I didn't eat the whole thing, at least not yet. But it was a really big, tough loss. However, it wasn't something that was just unimaginable. That game last night was a really big game for both teams. It's one that every year both teams look forward to and strive to play against their opponent really well. I think every season, even when Alabama's been number one for so long, they look forward to this competition against a team that has very similar setup and very strong defense and offense. However, this year LSU's defense is fairly new, almost completely freshman, and they've never played in college football before, and I think so far this season they've done a phenomenal job. And granted, we have lost 3 games. However, all 3 of those losses have been SEC losses, and I don't feel as bad about that, because knowing that my team is in the SEC and is only losing to its rivals in the SEC, even though 2 of those teams shouldn't have been losses, all 3 of those games have been great games to watch. Every game this season has just been great. As a fan, I love every win, and I hate every loss, and it's really tough to stomach losing to Alabama again. This is the 3rd out of the last 4 times that we played them, the 3rd time we've lost to them in back-to-back order. However, we just didn't play for it last night. There was a lot of plays that were really important and could have turned out a lot better. However, they did not, and they would have maybe won the game. There was a couple of times in which if Mettenberger had thrown a better pass, if the receivers had held on to it longer, if they had run a little better, if our defense had blocked, if our offense had blocked better, so many different aspects that could have been better, would have scored those 3 touchdowns, and we would have gone into overtime maybe. I don't know. But the point of the matter is LSU did lose. It's heartbreaking, but it's something that I obviously have to face up to and own, because, I've always gone around saying how much faith I have in my team, and it was going to be a close match. It wasn't necessarily close, losing by 3 touchdowns. But I never at any point said I was for sure that LSU was going to beat Alabama. I have a lot of friends who are suddenly Alabama fans. They like to tease me and give me a hard time because I get so riled up about football. But a lot of people were telling me that LSU is going to get the crap beat out of them, and they did. And, I, as a fan, get defensive, and I'm like, no, they're not. But they're playing one of the best teams in the nation, the number 1 ranked team in the nation. So, the best, most stacked team in the nation. So, this loss, yeah, it is hard to stomach. But there's so many aspects of that game last night that I'm just so positive about, and I'm happy about. And I think that the team will learn from and use to improve. And next week, hopefully get another win. And next year, hopefully beat Alabama. So, one of those things that I just was super impressed with was Odell Beckham's 82-yard, punt return. 82 yards. You catch it, and then you run 82 yards. I can't even imagine what that must have felt like for him, for the team, and as a fan watching it, I'm still kind of in denial that it even happened, and that's positive. That's a great thing. There were so many passes that Mettenberger did complete that, just give me faith in his ability as a quarterback and show me his improvement. He's still not my favorite person in the world, but that scruffy facial hair, I got a little crush on him right now. I think Reed Ferguson, our long snapper, did a great job last night. Colby, as always, did a phenomenal job kicking. He always does. And as a freshman, this is his first year playing college football and not redshirting, he has proven himself in every game, always just never lets me down. And so there are so many players last night who went out onto that field and played their hearts out and did a great job. And it makes me really proud, despite the loss, to be an LSU fan. And I'm not going to cry about it for very much, because it's one of our biggest rivals, It's a phenomenal team that we were playing against. And we went in there and did not play as well as we should have. So the win went to the better man, as I mentioned in my blog earlier. May the best man win, and the best man won. And, hopefully we continue on our path and win for the rest of the season. But until next year, we have a whole nother year to prepare to play against Alabama. So I'm ready. But there's one thing before I cut this off, that I wanted to show you guys that I definitely enjoyed. One aspect of the game that was probably my favorite part of the entire game. I don't know if you guys were watching or if you saw pictures or whatever of it. There was a man who reacted to one of LSU's touchdowns in kind of a unique way. And I looked for a video but didn't find one that was like high quality that I could show you. So I thought I would just show you this little picture. I don't know if you can see it very well. But he has his hands up there and he's standing there like a velociraptor. And he is now famous, pretty much, because anybody that does something like that is definitely going to stand out, especially if you're on camera. So that guy's going to be known for his touchdown celebration. If anything, at least we have fans who are creative and goofy. I did see also a sign that was kind of interesting. One of the Alabama fans was holding a sign that said, LSU girls poop. Everybody knows girls don't poop. So those signs are that's purely offensive. As a female and as an LSU fan, I'm just thoroughly offended. But it's been really great this season, and I'm looking forward to the rest of the season and upcoming seasons. And the kids that we're recruiting and looking into recruiting I'm blessed. We have one guy, thanks to a new NCAA rule, that we are recruiting. He will join us in January, and we'll have time to train under Zach Mettenberger and with Cam Cameron before the fall. And, he's our new quarterback, essentially, and I'm really excited about that. So congrats to the recruits. Congrats to Alabama. I love you, Tracy, our Alabama gridiron girl. And despite the fact that we root for and blog about teams who do not like each other, we've always gotten along, and I think you're fabulous. So thanks again for watching my little vlog, my very first Gridiron Girl vlog, and probably the first or second time I've ever recorded myself talking. It's kind of interesting feeling. But don't forget to check out the craft section. I am making a football or die shirt. If you're interested in that, you can follow me on Twitter and tweet me, comment on Gridiron Girl, or find me on Facebook. My Twitter is @ KYMBRYE, ANN, Kimberly Ann, and my Facebook, facebook.com/sportswithkimberly. As always, I'm on Gridiron Girl. I blog about LSU, and I write about crafts. I do how-to videos and step-by-steps just written. There's lots of pictures, and there's lots of fun craft ideas. So keep an eye out for that. There should be an Alabama craft coming up soon, so you can go ahead and keep an eye out for that especially. And the football or die t-shirt I'll be making. You'll probably recognize this scarf in the how-to video, because I'm going to go ahead and try and make it today. If not, hopefully tomorrow. Thanks again for watching, and I hope you continue to check Gridiron Girl daily, weekly, however often. Tell your friends and family and spread the word. As always, I hope you love purple and live gold. Go Tigers.